Hey, what's up everyone? This is Giorgio, your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, and I'm back with another episode of Beyond Wrestling. I know it's been a while, since I've done this show. I don't even call this a podcast anymore because this is more of a talk show, and I'm thinking about going in a new direction with this show. But nonetheless, this whole video is going to be about the main event from WWE Payback of this year, 2020. And, which we had saw that Roman Reigns ended up beating Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, for that WWE Universal title, which a lot of us definitely expected that to happen. Because the way Roman had returned by, beating the hell out of Braun Strowman, and of course, Bray Wyatt, at the end of SummerSlam, which was a huge shocker. And then, on SmackDown at the end, they showed Paul Heyman being there with Roman Reigns. And so, a lot of wrestling fans was wondering how this is going to be playing out, but we got a glimpse of that at this pay-per-view here tonight, at Payback, and where it was going to be Roman Reigns versus the Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman for the Universal title, and it was like a no-holds-barred type of matchup, and in general, with triple threat matches and stuff like that, sometimes those matches can be all over the place, but this one was actually pretty fun. It actually ended quite kind of early too. It wasn't like a really long matchup, and I like when these pay-per-views don't last for a long period of time, because they leave you tired, especially for some people who may have to work or do other stuff. And I think they accomplished everything that they needed to accomplish with this particular pay-per-view. And I have my notes here so that way I don't get off the record, and I'm gonna try to make sure I don't have this go a long period of time, because I know people have short attention spans. But really the purpose of this is just to talk about the main event, and talk about what is gonna happen next with Roman Reigns' character. But before we do that, let's go over what happened in the match briefly. We had it started off very explosive, where Braun Strowman, he had attacked the Fiend during his entrance, which was a very clever move by Braun Strowman. And then, of course, the Fiend is this unstoppable, creature or monster of a character. He ended up making a comeback, and he hit the Sister Abigail, which resulted in the 2 count. And then they both fought outside the ring, where Braun had got slammed through the announcement table. And then the really interesting part is they showed Alexa Bliss in her Harley Quinn type of attire, and I'm going to show you a picture of that scene right there. Now, if you ask me, this was very interesting, because they had been teasing this on SmackDown, where Alexa Bliss started twisting her hair in like this dreads, because the Fiend or Bray Wyatt has been wearing his hair in dreads. So I think they're slowly transforming Alexa Bliss' character into a more darker, sinister type of character, and she may end up being aligned with the Fiend in a future storyline. But with Roman Reigns now with Paul Heyman, who knows what might happen with that? She might end up getting close to the Fiend and might end up costing him the belt, or she may help him win the title. But I really like the direction that they're going with Alexa Bliss's character. And then, of course, back to the matchup, they had showed the Fiend. He pulled out this huge mallet, but Braun had hit the Fiend with an announce chair and he slammed him on the stairs. And then finally, the Fiend was able to come back from that and he hit him with this huge ass mallet, which it kind of reminds me of something from that the Joker would use in the fights against Batman or something. And then from there, Braun, they started fighting towards the stage, and then Braun bomb rushed the Fiend, and they both went off the stage through a table. And then from there, they ended up, Braun ended up making it back to the ring. He threw the Fiend in there, and they went to the top rope for a superplex, which they went for that old superplex spot where it broke the ring and everybody just fell down. The referee collapsed out the ring, and it was there that Roman Reigns music hit. As you can see in this screenshot right here, his music hit. He comes out there with Paul Heyman with a steel chair in his hand, and he signs the contract, because the story of the night was Roman Reigns gonna sign the contract for this matchup. Well, he ended up waiting almost to the very end where both guys have destroyed themselves, and of course he signs the contract. He comes out there with that steel chair and he starts laying it in on Braun Strowman. He starts laying it in on Bray Wyatt, and and the only reason I didn't really pop real, went like, whoa, what the heck with that when the ring had exploded, is because we've seen that spot a bunch of times before, so it don't have that same excitement and intensity that it once had. I think in those situations, I think it made sense for this whole new tagline, this whole new character that Roman Reigns has, he has this whole edge to him now. It's this whole moniker of wrecking everything in his path and leaving the scene of destruction. And basically, that's what it looked like, a scene of destruction. Roman Reigns, he pretty much came in there. He didn't have to do too much, and with the help of that steel chair. And then, the Fiend tried to put the mandible claw on Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns was able to counter, and he kicked the Fiend with a low blow. And from there, he proceeds to beat up Braun again, and then he hits Braun with the spear, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. That was the end of the match. And I know the ending felt kind of sudden, but I think I like this new approach to Roman Reigns' character, more specifically how he does matches now. Because let's say we think he may just come out from the very beginning and start wrestling. He might just come out in the middle of the match. He pretty much gonna be doing whatever he wants to do. And if you remember from SmackDown, for those of you that watched it or whatever, Roman Reigns didn't sign the contract at first because they had some list of demands in that contract. So unless they gave them those demands, and I assume one of those things in that contract, or one of those demands in that contract, was that Roman Reigns starts the match last. He comes out whenever he wants to. And I think if they keep this approach, at least for right now, I think that would be really interesting. Roman Reigns' character is in a really great position, and I think WWE can make a whole lot of money right now with Roman Reigns this time around. The fans like him. I know a lot of fans are upset that, the Fiend lost the belt, but honestly, the Fiend doesn't need the title. That's been said many times. And the thing is, Braun Strowman was the one that ate the pin here, so that's fine, because now we're gonna see Roman Reigns versus the Fiend. And of course, like I said, I think Roman Reigns with the belt is the best decision. It's best for business. No pun intended. Actually, yeah, that is a pun intended there, because I just think this new version of Roman Reigns is going to be really, really exciting to watch. And I'm very much looking forward to it. And I definitely want to know what you all think of this. How would you book it? I know a lot of people like to have their own ideas of the stories, but how would you all book Roman Reigns going forward? I think that's a fun question for y'all to answer in the comment section below. But anyways, thank you all for watching this special pay-per-view review edition of Beyond Wrestling. Stay tuned, hit the notification bell on this channel so that you'll know when new things come. You all be safe out there and be blessed. Peace out.